All right, everyone. Welcome to Brandon at Random Reviews, covering one unsystematically chosen movie at a time. Today, the movie is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, released on March 19th, 2004, directed by Michael Gondry. For the cast, we have a long list, starting with Jim Carrey as Joel, Kate Winslet as Clementine, Tom Wilkinson as Howard, Elijah Wood as Patrick, Mark Ruffalo as Stan, David Cross as Rob, and Kirsten Dunst, who I have noted here is hot, and she plays Mary. For the plot synopsis, a loner who is hung up on his ex-girlfriend goes to see a doctor who specializes in erasing memories of people from his patients' brains. Alright guys, let's just dive right into this motherfucking movie. I want to say something before I get started. Just watch this fucking movie. I'm not going to overshare any details in this review, so I won't ruin anything. But this is another one I saw about as uninitiated as I could ask for, and I really enjoyed it. So as I mentioned, our protagonist Joel is this super quiet introvert with a very negative perspective on things, and he meets this eccentric woman who approaches him as he boards a subway train, and she kind of chats him up. Her name is Clementine, and she is very talkative and touchy about certain things, despite the fact that she is straight up bothering a complete stranger on public transit and acting like he's the asshole. But they do hang out a bit. We see their romance bud, and there's this great scene where they go out and lay on like this frozen lake one night. And it's pretty romantic. It's on the poster of the movie, like they're laying on the ice. There's a lot to take note of as far as passage of time is concerned here. We see some time jumps, behavioral changes, character development, exchanges that frankly just don't make sense in the moment, but it's like, fucking keep watching, bro. Don't be one of those assholes who tries to ruin every fucking movie they decided to watch and has to figure out the whole fucking thing before it even gets explained. They're getting there, bud. Just sit and take it in and enjoy it, for fuck's sake. Okay, fine. Just fucking ruin it for everyone by trying to call every other turn of events out loud in the middle of the movie as you expect it to happen. That's great. Who doesn't like that person? The way this entire plot plays out is so masterful. You feel so immersed in the story so early on, despite a decent amount of it feeling a little confusing in the moment, and sometimes it gets very perplexing, like, what the fuck is actually happening right now? I love the cast of this movie. You can tell this is one of those movies that a lot of actors wanted to be a part of, even if they had to take a smaller role in it. The performances are just flawless. And I mean, my God, there are so many gripping emotions woven into these intense moments, and the characters are human. They're not all the way likable or unlikable across the board. And in that same thought, they are not wholly good or wholly bad people. They're just real, in my opinion. Also, visually, this movie is quite the sight to see. They do so much cool stuff with what I assume was not a big time Hollywood blockbuster budget. So much of what they do in that aspect allows for greater storytelling and understanding. Alright, on to ratings. IMDb 8.3, Letterboxd 4.2, Rotten Tomato Critics Score 92%, Rotten Tomato Audience Score 94%. Personal rating, 5 out of 5 stars. This one is stellar. The writer of this screenplay, Charlie Kaufman, has a handful of other well-known movies, including Being John Malkovich and Adaptation, which I enjoy. This movie is one of the reasons that I became so keen on watching films before I knew a lot about them, including plots, actors, and reviews. If I had gone into this flick knowing any of what was coming, it would have pissed me right off, honestly. Allow me to be uninitiated. Also, I had a friend who I had told that I was halfway through Carlito's Way with Al Pacino and that I was planning to watch the rest after I was done talking to him. And then he just thought it would be a really good idea to ruin the rest of the movie in that moment and tell me everything else that happens. And it's like, what are you gaining from that? Why do some people get off on unwanted spoilers? All right, everyone. Thank you for stopping by. I do appreciate it. Have a good rest of your day. Bye now.